I want to bring in Dr. Erwin Redlener, co-founder of the Ukraine Children's Action Project, and he's just returned from a visit there. I got an advance look at a report that you sent about what's happening there. The impact on children, I think a lot of people don't realize, it's not just continuing, it's escalating. What did you find there?
Well, right, Chris. So the last few months has been a very dramatic attack on civilian targets. Many more schools were damaged or destroyed, and a lot of civilian neighborhoods were hit. And originally, we were going to Ukraine to visit some of the programs we're supporting, including new pediatric operating rooms that we've supported, a kids club that we built from scratch. But when we got there, it was just 2 days after a ferocious attack by the Russians. We're talking about 500 drones and dozens of ballistic missiles hit the city. So even before we got to look at the programs that we went to see, I was taken on a site visit to places where families were killed. 15-year-old girl was killed with her family in the middle of the night by a Russian missile. And, I'm looking around there in the rubble they're showing me, and we see there's, like with household goods and baby carriage, there's a piece of a Russian missile. What a horrendous combination of artifacts from a deadly attack. So Ukraine is an enigma. These people are phenomenal. They're wonderful. They have all kinds of reasons to be protected by the United States and Europe. They're one of the most thriving democracies there. It's in our interest to defend them. And we go there and we see children being killed and injured, psychologically traumatized, and so on.
Well, let me ask you about that part of it, because, again, UNICEF reports that children who live in frontline cities of this war, as you know, because you've been there, have spent 3,000 to 5,000 hours of their lives sheltering in place. That's 4 to 7 months sheltering in place. What is the psychological and emotional toll on these survivors who are kids?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. If you think about that, and what does it actually mean? It means that in the middle of the night, there's a siren. They have to go down to the shelter in their apartment building, or if they have one in their homes. Every school that is allowed to remain open in Ukraine must have a shelter, so that hours and hours of these children's lives are spent in these underground shelters. And it is traumatic, and it's traumatic to have their parents worried. Their fathers are at war. They don't see them for months. And the whole situation is traumatic. But they are, Chris, they're resilient. They're wonderful children, and they're smart, and they're strong. The question is, how long can this go on before some of the damage, including educational disruption, takes a toll that won't be so easy to reverse?
We only have 30 seconds left. What do these kids need right now?
They need support. They need support from the government of the United States. They need it not going back and forth. Yes, we will. Yes, we won't. They need Europe, and they need to see that Americans care about them. Listen, we have 12,000 donors in the United States, and when I talk about that in Ukraine, people are weeping. They need to remember, be reminded that Americans, in fact, do care, no matter what is happening, as a matter of policy and allocation of resources.
Dr. Erwin Redlener, thank you for sharing your stories of being there. We appreciate it.